is worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Villainous, this is some really curious picks, Aggressive. I see that Phoenix coming out for Cruiser, not something we get to see him play often, so I'm really interested to see how this goes out.
Cruiser being the player that we would normally expect not to be on the duel list this time around going on to that. It's going to be quite interesting. But at the same time, you have to remember that, hey, this time around, that like the Phoenix going up against the Rays. This is going to be quite an interesting pickup because now you're facing utility versus utility, flash versus no flash. And so, yeah, I'm going to give you this question. On the map of Ascent, do you think that flashes are as important? Because normally when we consider a flash on this map, we always think about the Reyna. But now that being a Phoenix, it's a little bit of a question mark for me.
I think we've seen this Phoenix in the hands of a couple of teams, namely Team Mahi, and very recently as well, like XCZ picking it up in a couple of maps. And it really does come down to the execution factor. In general, objectively, I do prefer purely having flashes over not flashes in any map. But hey, if you're able to be comfortable over the execution, if you know exactly where your strengths lie, then as I always say, comfort is 100% greater than meta. So it will come down to whether or not Hika is able to use his utility perfectly. And we know, given the fact that he is that race main, he's going to do exactly that. Now, getting into this matchup, I'm really curious to see what Hika is going to pick up in the pistol round because his battle kit frenzy pickup has been nerfed. So, looking at this by Hika, like, nah, I don't care about extra 100 credits. Give me that frenzy.
Frenzy pickup is still really powerful pickup. A lot of people say that the Frenzy nerf coming through with 100 credits increase makes a lot of the potential combos that you would have previously a little bit more obsolete. But I disagree on that heavily, mainly due to one very key important factor, because the Frenzy stats will not change. The Frenzy is still amazing gun on the pistol round, and now you're gonna be forced into a situation where you need to decide whether you're gonna be going in for the ghost, going in for these long range engagement fights, going in for the slow taps, or are you gonna be the person to go in for those fast rushes down with that frenzy, taking your opponents by surprise, being up in their faces, going on for those double dinks and going in for those body shots instead to kill them faster than they can even react. This kind of a situation is like an opportunity cost in a way, and players need to be a little bit more smarter of how they engage in all of these fights. And I love this change personally. It brings a frenzy in line to be much more of a opportunistic weapon instead of a must buy for a lot of these teams. And it really depends on the strategy of how a lot of people are going to be executing down on some of the sidelines. For example, on B, the frenzy will be extremely potent and powerful because you're taking a lot of these close range engagements, while on the side of the A side, a ghost is a little bit more powerful because then you can hold on from the side of heaven, you can hold on from the side of under hell, and you can be safe while being very deadly at those longer range fights. So I'm really liking the fact that Hika is still opting to go in for that frenzy buy down on this V side, mainly because it just adds a little bit more dynamic to his own playstyle. And of course, we know what he can do with it, as he just stated before.
Absolutely. I think the Ray is especially one of the champions that it doesn't affect as much, because when you see the Jet, you is not affected, it's just extra 100 credits off your bank. So it will mean that Hika, for him, it's not like much really has changed. So I expect him to be just as comfortable on that pick. For the rest of the team, I'm noticing 3 light shields coming out for Enigma Gaming, and I really like this approach.
Here.
Ideally, in pistol rounds, you want to segment how you're approaching the round with the buys, full buys on a particular player, even two maybe, while the rest of your team goes for a much more of a tankier approach with the light shields.
Right here.
Now, I noticed for a second, Hika switched up to the Sheriff actually, not picking up his frenzy. And with the clock running down, he's going to stay on that Sheriff.
Oh,
So
okay.
we see a change in Hika. No boom bot, no frenzy. It's only that Sheriff. So Hika's feeling his one taps today. We'll see if he actually pulls it off. For now, though, his team Villainous starting on the attack. Bullseye with the first blood. They're taking mid control and have done so successfully. The catwalk push. Now the green paranoia. In goes Villainous. The flash is coming out. The utilization perfect, but Batman with the right click in the smoke through the flash. That's gonna be like feeling for Villainous throughout this entire map. That would hurt.
Spike
But at the
planted.
same time, you have to remember that Dodge, he was in such a good position to get another kill for himself, but he's not gonna be able to find it, but instead it's gonna be Cruiser Bison's getting a clean headshot down to the Batman, paying his soul clean off his sidelines, and Dodge, he finally does get that kill down onto SMX, the Lurker, getting a lot of value for their side, and Team Villainous, they are on the top foot this time around, and they're gonna be able to get a lot of damage on their own accord. They spawn out all the members of the side of the defense, and the shock darts. What was that tree coming out from the side of the Sova Quake? Those shock darts were just so good. He knows his lineups. He created it all. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be a really beautiful execution of the pistol round, going down onto the A side. First establishing control, getting that first pick off, and then with the shock dart, my oh my, that was just so clean.
Yeah, a really nice shock dart from Quake and really nice execution. As you said from Villainous, this Phoenix, you see, they're very comfortable with it. They're able to push through, utilize him as the entry point, use the flashes to be able to get real estate for them to control, and then use that advantage to translate into a round win. Villainous playing really well, and their reward will be the buys coming through in the next round. I'm seeing the Spectres with 3 members, while Dodger actually goes for the heavy shields with just the Ghost, and Gorang not going for a buy altogether. This sort of segmented approach we're seeing a lot from teams. It's a risk-reward basis, right? Wherein if you do end up winning the round despite not having those 2 buys, you do get those free upgrades in the 3rd round. And this we get to see a lot. If the other team pulls off a Thrifty, then you leave this big question mark. What if we'd gone 5 Spectres? And that's where you have to balance that risk versus the reward.
That is for sure. Now, like a lot of the teams in the further we have seen going up in this series, that a lot of them opt to go in for those full buys, even though they opt to go in for the specters, and some even opt to go in for the ghost so that they will have stronger buys moving on forward. And now the fact that the frenzy, now for the fact that the stinger
Where is
meta
it
is no
though?
longer there, a lot of people are not going in for these force buys whenever it comes out to their eco rounds. When it comes to the second round, that it makes those ghost fights feel a lot more potent, but at the very end of the specters are still gonna be quite strong. It is gonna be Buster being able to get a kill down on the dodge, but it's gonna be Gorang to take that kill down on the Buster, taking him out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be leaving Ghost down in this 1 versus 4 situation. Not much that he can do. Maybe get a couple of exit frags, but going back on topic, when it comes to a lot of these second round buys, we do see that there's not really a lot of force buys going on anymore, mainly because of those Singer nerfs coming on through. They're not going to be able to contest those Spectres as much. And through this, we see a lot of teams now picking up those ghosts instead of actually opting to go in for those full-on Spectre buys, because it's still a one-shot headshot nonetheless, and then they're gonna be able to use it to get further stronger buys when it comes to their own buy round, and then also the buy round coming out from the side of the defenders. They can take gun for gun and take these fights a lot more easier in comparison. But it seems as all of the members of the side of Team Villainous, they're gonna be opting for those 4-man Spectre buys, with only Dodge, I believe, going in for the full buy, getting himself a Phantom or a Vandal.
Yeah, they only lost one member. Actually, I noticed we're gonna see this coming up real soon. That it's gonna be a Spectre picked up for Dodge as well. So they're committing to this approach as a team, looking to go for an aggressive rush, utilizing the Spectres and to try and find those score range battles. This could be nasty if they execute it right. Already going in is the dash coming out, the smokes as well. They're all revealed, but they're still committing to this approach, taking the fight. Bullseye with the CT control, he picks up one, but SMX holding down his side, he's already taken down two. And SMX and Hika, they've demolished Villainous, but not entirely, because now you can see Gorong and Quake, they find the trades, they get the site, and they're gonna be able to get the spike planted. They've also been able to get one gun, so Gorong with the Vandal is gonna be up to him to find those long range battles, while you can see Quake, he's gonna try and play for a much more defensive approach. Now Batman and Ghost moving in, Gorong, he finds one, but gets traded out instantly. Ghost, he has the recon, trying to get the information, going for the sprays, the shot dart as well to delay. Quake playing it brilliantly, not giving a peek whatsoever. Another shock dart and Quake with the jiggle. He'll find the round. A huge buy round win for Team Villainous.
This was massive, and you have to remember, CA, that this was actually the bonus round for the side of Team Villainous. Looking at their economy, they're absolutely rich. All of the members have over 5,000, except for Cruiser God, who sadly had to go in for his own buy, but still, his team members are gonna be happy to give him a buy themselves. But so much money to work with, and pretty sure that Enigma, they're not gonna be happy about it at all, because it was their own buy round, and then losing out on this basically means that now they're gonna be on the back foot. But still, the sheriffs are gonna be coming out from the side of Hika. He wants to go in for those cheeky wall banks with the recon bolted hand, but still, it is a smart play coming out from the side of Team Villainous to make their way down onto this A side instead, knowing that they're gonna be susceptible to the wall banks coming out from the side of the defenders. But Hika, he's pushing it aggressively, but Dodge is gonna be there to be the lurker and just shut everything down. Aggressive control is not being established, ladies and gentlemen. Shotgun in hand, and it's gonna be Ghost being able to find one on the bullseye. The trades are wanting to be coming on through, but Badman's not gonna be able to find the shot. Instead, it's gonna be Gorang taken down. And SMX, he's the last one remaining, but Quake puts a stop to him really quick and taking us to a 0-4 scoreline and on to the second buy round for the side of the defenders.
We wanted to see a very coordinated, aggressive approach from Team Villainous coming out in this first map, because we know how strong Enigma can be, and so far they have delivered aggressive. Like the way they're continuously executing onto sites, the way they're coordinated in their approach is utterly phenomenal to watch, and I'm in awe. I want to see more of this, and I'm sure they're gonna deliver. For Enigma though, that last round was the eco, so this round they're gonna have to make their move, make sure they come back, because you can see already Ghost with the op ready, the backup as well in Hika to make sure that recon drone taken down. Ghost is able to pick up the first kill. They get out of the way, and now they're able to set up for the side defense. Now you can see the point picked up for Cruiser, the run it back ready. Let's see if they use that as a potential bait while they go for the rotate, because you can see Enigma, they're very disciplined on their approach. They're waiting it out. Now the recon drone did end up catching out Cruiser, so he is gonna get revealed forcing Villainous just a step back, take a second to really evaluate their approach and reconsider where they want to go. Doing just that, they're going to look to take mid control, then find their way onto A.
Slowly but surely, Dodge. He's gonna be the one to clear out the entirety of short. He tries to spot on the head, and I do believe he spots on the head and the gun barrel of Batman, but he does not notice in that situation. And that is gonna be hurting him. He finally does spot him out, and he wants to try and get this kill. Slowly making his way forward. But it seems as though Dodge, he was not ready for it. He actually did not notice Batman, but he still is gonna be able to take him out with a very good flick shot to work with. But Dodge, he does get the first initial kill. The running back has been popped onto the other sideline. Dodge, he's gonna be able to find one onto Buster as well. He's making the difference. It's gonna be Quake being able to get a kill onto his twin brother and goes. He chimes and gets that kill down onto Dodge. But now it's already a 3 versus 2 on the map. The push is gonna be coming on out. He's gonna be the madman to make his way forward, but instead it's gonna be Gorong to take him out. A beautiful shot coming out from this Omen player. And now it's going to be leaving Ghost on his lonesome with this operator. And I do believe CA, the better idea would be to go in for the save with that operator, because his team can still go for some broken buys in the following round. He keeps this to himself, but he's going to be opting to go in for the try. And nonetheless, he's going to be able to find that a lot of footsteps have been heard from the side of mid. And it's going to be Cruiser making his way down from the side of mid sides. It's going to be a pincer from both sides. Quake, he needs to try and survive for as long as he can, while Cruiser makes his way forward to try and go in for the play. Ghost, he doesn't find one. He's looking for support, but Molotov so clean, straight onto the spike, and Ghost, he had no chance, he had no way of surviving any of that. Cruiser bites the dust, but still the round is going to be going in the favor of the side of Team Villainous. A beautiful execution from all the members of the side of Team Villainous, and they were able to come on top no matter what Enigma threw at them.
Yeah, I mean, like for Villainous, Ghost, I appreciate the sentiment, right? Of be trying to go for the play, trying to make the hero move. But as you said, now without the operator saved up, it's gonna get almost impossible for Enigma to try and find that hold to try and pull it through, because that operator did get them the first blood. Now without that save, they're gonna have to go for eco, give Villainous a chance to take it 6-0, and Villainous with that sort of a commanding lead is gonna become very difficult for Enigma to pull it back. So if they are to make a comeback, now is the time. And that actually gives me a thought, a ponder really the approach of Enigma so far in this game. It really does feel like they're ending up playing into Villainous's hands with their defensive setup. We're seeing very standard setups, which Villainous essentially accepts. None of that 3-stack approach that you can go with the Sentinel Ascent, keep that trap fire down mid, try to stack up a site and try to prevent that push. And that, it feels like Villainous exploiting perfectly. Now the smoke's coming out. Villain is completely spread out, gaining B main control as well as mid control. This is the eco for Enigma, so Villainous, they should be in the driver's seat to make it a huge lead.
I know exactly.
He's in such a beautiful position, but he's not going to be able to find that kill with that double swing coming down from the side of the smoke. He was not ready for it. He didn't know who to shoot, and that's going to be hurting. It is going to be a trade coming out down under the face of Cruiser God, but still, it's not going to be helping much at all, because now it's going to be going on down to a 2 versus 4 situation, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, with only Ghost and Buster to try and get something out of this round. They either need to go in for a try, or they need to do as much ego damage as possible, and yep, it is going to be Ghost being able to get the first initial kill down on the Gorang to take him out. And now making his way forward down onto the side of Market. No one's going to be pushing in through the smoke just yet. Still holding down from the back end of it all. He got spot on the head of Bullseye, but Bullseye's just way too quick with that Phantom. He takes it out. Ghost goes in for the aggressive peek. He goes in for the dash. A lot of games are being played, but Bullseye, he still gets this kill. What just happened to... My god, Bullseye, you're just an absolute madman, I swear to god.
Team Villainous on point to take 6-0. Bullseye, as you said, playing on the verge there, very close to his own destruction, but playing it very well at the end of the day. Essentially just trying to fluster Ghost as much as possible and force him in a situation where he's taking the 1v1 not on his own terms. Bullseye took the peak, got the kill, and with the information he's able to garner with the updraft, just made it an advantageous situation for him as a whole. Now, that eco round meaning 6-0 for Team Villainous, but it also gives the opportunity for Ghost to once again pick up the operator he's so good on. Now, for Team Enigma, you can see Ghost, he's that X Factor. He's picked up 7 kills already. He's on top of the charts. So if a comeback is to happen, they're going to rely on him trying to find the first blood to be able to pull it through. given the way they're set up in this round, though, it looks like much more heavy mid-control based as Hiccup pushing out from Catwalk. But it feels like Team Villainous know exactly what to expect. The Hunter's Fury onto site as they take heavy control very easily. Enigma, they chose to play on the retake. They better make it work.
Retake situation is gonna be really difficult as well, but here comes the defending Hunter's Fury. It's gonna be SMX popping it out to see if he can find something. He does find a tag though on the dodge. He's gonna be only at 18 HP, not much to work with, but the postman situation is just so beautiful coming out from the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. 2 down on the side of Amen, 1 on the side of Hell, 1 playing from Generator. The positions are crispy and they have a lot of room to work with. A beautiful flash coming out from the side of Cruiser God. And it's gonna be Bullseye to get that kill down on the goal. The operator has been denied. It's gonna be Quake with a combos on the goal from the sidelines. He gets a couple of kills. It's gonna be Bullseye getting 1. Cruiser Biceps getting another. And it's gonna be Hiccup with his last side breath and his child taking out Bullseye. But it's not gonna be enough as a dominant 0-7 scoreline coming out from the side of Team Villainous. Honestly, CA, I said that Team Villainous are gonna be having a pretty rough time on the map of a set. I was absolutely wrong because it seems as though when it comes to the side of Enigma, they're not really able to read the plays coming out from the side of Team Villainous. Sometimes they're going in for fast, aggressive rushes down on some of the sides. Sometimes they're going for slow pushes. Sometimes they are lurking. Sometimes they're just rotating. It's like Team Villainous, they're just playing a randomizer at this point.
No, it's Team Villainous just stretching Enigma all over the map, but not literally in terms of the map, but rather in terms of the mind games. As you said, they're switching up what they want to do continuously, refusing to give Enigma a moment to breathe, really, a moment to adapt, making sure that they're on their toes. Now Ghost, though, he doesn't need an op to find the one taps with the Sheriff, picks up first blood. Go wrong with the trade, but Buster there to back him up, meaning once again, the trade comes out in the favor of Enigma Gaming. Could this be the round that they come back? We'll have to see, because Dodger, he's trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. Mid control taken really well for him, and with this mid control, it should be an easy avenue towards that B side, but instead they're just waiting. They know that Enigma are gonna move out of their positions, and they're looking to punish that. But Dodger caught sleeping. It's Hiccup picking up that kill and getting this 2-man advantage for Enigma. This is the round for Enigma to come back.
Gonna be the first one to get this kill. Maybe saying it a little bit too soon. CA, the caster's curse could be real. But Quake is walking into the waiting arms of Buster, and Buster's gonna be busting him down immediately, and Buster gets the second kill down on the Gorang as well. He's gonna be the one to bite the bullet, and that is gonna be the first round on the board for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they were able to win out on that round, and that was a really good round for them to win out on as well, because that is going to be stabilizing their economy quite a bit, but at the same time, they don't really have a lot to work with. SMX going to be forced down onto this Bulldog to try and fight for themselves for as long as they can. And they need to try and get to this magic scoreline of 5-7 or a 4-8 if they want to have a fighting chance moving forward into their own.
Absolutely, like you need those rounds to have a foundation to pull back on, because otherwise that pistol round or any round in general after that where you make a small mistake becomes doubly, like exponentially detrimental to your team's chances of trying to have that comeback. But you can see Enigma, they picked up one round, they're gonna use that to just stabilize themselves as well as their eco and try to push forward round by round, moment by moment. Now, the Trapwire set up in this round in mid, I noticed a heavy stack coming out in A, and that heavy stack is going to be supplemented with this aggressive push by these 3 people in the 2 duelists and that Omen. This could be potentially a really nice paranoia aggressive play by that Jet and that Race, but instead, Enigma opting to switch it up, trying now to go back to B. And that might be the right move in the long term, because you can see all of Villainous, they're stacked up, ready to go onto this B side.
They want to be going for it, but at the same time, they need to be careful, because on the other side, it is going to be SMX holding it down with a Bulldog. I would have expected SMX to actually go in for an Ares fight this time around, because with that Ares, at least he will be able to hold down the fort strong enough from there, and no Odins and no Areses this time around. Basically, we will make this B defensive hold a little bit more harder, as the timer is going to be ticking on down, as the Owl Drone's gonna be popped out from the side of Quake to get a little bit of information before they go in for that entry. But they're still gonna be holding strong. Okay, Aldron not really spotting anyone just yet. Everyone's gonna be forced down deep into the back of side, and SMS is gonna be pulling out his own Aldron, but the running back has been popped. The paranoia is gonna be going on through as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the push is gonna be coming on down. It is gonna be all the members of the side of the field, and the things are fast towards this B side. It's gonna be moving with one group and Bicep with another. Buster, what was that spray transfer, my man? He gets a double kill, but Dodge is gonna be there to get the trades. He gets a double kill for himself as well, leaving Ghost once again in this 1 versus 3 situation. And it seems as though CAD's fast execution rushes coming out from the side of Team Villainous. It's just a little bit too much for the side of Enigma to handle.
Yeah, Villainous continuously overwhelming Enigma, refusing to just allow them any sort of reproach so far. Now Ghost with the quick reactions, able to block out that recon with the smoke. Needs to push in through because 1v3, the time is running out. And at this point, I'm not sure how much you can actually get from saving. Now Ghost is able to clear out B main, get one kill. For Cruiser, he's got so much time, allowing his team to play defensively. The double peek coming out from either side of Boathouse. It's Dodger trading out Quake's life to secure the win for Team Villainous. 8-1, a 7th-round lead with accompanying eco advantage. Enigma are being absolutely dismantled piece by piece, round by round, and Team Villainous, it looks like there is no stopping them. Enigma, they have to try something new, switch something up, maybe go for an aggressive push and take matters into their own hands, because right now, a defensive casual approach just not working out against Villainous.
Especially when you think that, hey, they have a raise in their arsenal. They need to be careful about this, otherwise it could be over and over. But I think Hika, he's gonna be able to want to make the difference. He goes in for the spray. He actually gets a double before he does get taken out by the flash coming out from the side of Cruiser. Cruiser God.
I know exactly.
One, but at the same time, the Cypher takes his hat off and says, "Good day to you, sir." Before now, the push is gonna be coming on in from the back end. Ghost, he's not gonna be able to hit the knife just yet. Good movement coming out from the side of the attackers to take it all away. But just as I say, it goes. He gets mad at what I said. And now he's gonna be able to find a double kill for himself, and Batman from the sidelines with his own jiggles, with his own movement. He's gonna be able to clean up Bullseye, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be a 2-8 with a thrifty round on the board for the side of the defenders. And now this could be the calling that they needed, CA, to try and bring this one back. And with the operator in the hands of Ghost once again, the defense, they're gonna be looking strong and they're gonna be looking potent, that is for sure.
Yeah, that round really important. A thrifty, as you said, for the eco, it's huge, but it's also just as big for the momentum. Like the belief in your team that, hey, we pulled off a thrifty, a comeback is definitely on the cards, and reminding Team Villainous that they don't want to get too jolly too early, because anything can happen in this game. Now you can see Team Villainous, they're going to take it in stride though. Once again, they realize that push didn't work out, so they're going to switch it up, try to go for this mid-control based push, and with that camera, try to get some information for themselves. The camera hasn't been opened yet, but Ghost missing his shot. Cruiser just right swinging him without a flash, takes him down with the headshot, picks up the ult, gets another kill, and with that run it back, he's going to get a lot of information about his team's approach into A. Now Buster is trying to delay this catwalk push. The paranoia was on point, but wasn't actually able to get any value damage out of that. Buster, he finds one, but he's instantly traded out. And for all of the trades that happened, it's Team Villainous with a 2-agent lead, and now with side control.
What did Cruiser just do right there from the side of A? That is absolutely insane. Hika, want to make the difference instead. Hika, he's trying to pull as much as he can, but my oh my, ladies and gentlemen, you have to give it to the side of Team Villainous that they're exceeding expectations. We were not ready for any of this, but on a map of Ascent, I honestly thought that it would be a little bit more closer because of the track record that Enigma have, but it seems that when it comes to their defensive half, they have so many gaps. They're not really able to answer to these fast execution rushes coming out from the side of Team Villainous. They're just playing it a lot more better because they're going in for these wide swings. They're showing a lot of confidence. And Enigma, they're just not ready for any of it. And once again, we see a fast rush coming on down onto the side of A main. But Buster, he's gonna be the one with the Spectre to get the double dig down on the dodge. But he gets traded out immediately. The push is gonna be coming on down from the back end as well. Batman, he does have a Bulldog in his own hand as the spike is soon to be going on down. But SMX, he's gonna be jumping. He doesn't know that Bullseye's gonna be holding down from the side of the heavens. And already the side of the attackers, they have a man advantage in their favor. It's gonna be a 1-for-2 trade. Holding down from the side of A main, 2 holding down from the side of Hell. This forefront of this situation, ladies and gentlemen, is just too clean and just too good. It's gonna be Cruiser be able to set up the flash for his buddy Bullseye. He gets a kill for himself, and now once again down into this 2 versus 4 situation. Not much that he can do. They're holding strong and they're holding hard. Batman, he's not gonna be able to do much in this duel then unless he gets a kill, and the kill has been found, and Bullseye's gonna be there right in the corner to get a kill on a flying kicker. He's not ready for any of it. Batman down in this 1-3. He does find 1, he does find 2. Batman wanting to find the 3rd, but he's not gonna be able to. It's gonna be go wrong to take him away and send him back home, and that's gonna be a 2-10 scoreline on the map will descend, ladies and gentlemen, to take us to the end of the first half.
What a round from Team Villainous there. Very clean execute. They lost first blood with Buster getting the kill, but the way they're able to push in, the way they're able to hold on, you know that they're very coordinated with their post plan, spread out completely. 1 in Hell, 1 covering the door, 1 in A main. So despite the fact that Batman almost pulls off the heroics, he basically can't because they're so well spread out that eventually at least one person is able to trade their teammates out, secure the win for their team. And already double digits for Team Villainous. They need to try and pick up the pistol so they can finish off the round before there's any hope for Enigma to come back, because otherwise Enigma might look to build a foundation to do just that. Now Heka with that frenzy, that sheriff in the first half did not work out. He's back to his usual ways. The frenzy will pick up the first blood and a fast execute for Enigma. The shock dust to clear out the garden area, meaning now side control as well as a lot of damage done. It's Ghost with another kill and Heaven control taken by Enigma but denied by Team Villainous. You see Quake and the Omen moving in. They're blinded out, so now they have to step back, wait for their teammates before they approach. But all of Team Villainous stacked onto this Heaven. This could be absolute disaster.
Last player
Really,
standing.
the last player is about to unfold. Quake, what are these shock darts, my man? He just, like, I don't know. I'm a loss for words. Quake?
Yep.
I don't know how many geometry classes he had to attend. Probably has a PhD in geometry at this point because he's just throwing shock darts everywhere. He's gonna be able to find it all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the showcase that he is showing. But at the same time, Enigma, they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be able to win out on the very crucial pistol round, because you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you give double digits on the first half of the start of any map, you basically need to make sure you win out on the pistol round. If you do not win out on the pistol round, that's just all over for you, because now you're giving away the 11th round, and then you need to go on force buy on the 11th round. And if you lose out on the 11th round, that basically means it is match point. But now, once again, we see a fast rush coming on down onto the back end. But wait, he's not going to be able to get that kill down onto 1, but he still isn't going to be able to take a little bit of damage on the back end. Batman chimes in with the gold deal. Batman with his third. Batman with his fourth, with Ghost chiming in from the sideline, being able to get that kill down on the dodge. Make sure his buddy is going to be safe, while the rush is going to be coming down on the B side. And a very beautiful execution coming out from the side of Enigma. Even though there was a stack on this B side, they were able to run them down very efficiently.
Yeah, the power of that better weaponry in those Spectres versus those pistols really came through for Enigma Gaming. They're able to pick up the round. As you said, they need back-to-back rounds to make sure that they don't give any room for Team Villainous to pull this off. So the fact that they're able to do so well on their buy round gives them a chance to now look to push forward on Team Villainous's buy round, try to find more leeway for their comeback. You can see once again, aggressive pushes is the name of the game. They went for A in pistol round, they went for B in the bonus. Now in this third, they're once again going for A, but with a slightly different approach. Batman left on that catwalk to gain control, cause some pressure, bring all of the sight lines onto him as the rest of his team moves into sight. And he's done exactly that. The double satchel for Hiccup, but nobody looking at Batman, meaning he's able to pick up 1 kill, get the ultimate down, and even though Cruiser God is able to trade him out, the information in favor of Enigma is going to be Hiccup using that information to find 1 kill, and now having taken Raptor's control, it's going to become very difficult for Team Villainous to push forward.
I think they're getting that kill down on the Cruiser God as well. That is where the pain is about to start. Dodge. He does get kill on the one, but he's not gonna be able to find much after that. Bullseye gets a kill on the Buster, but now down in this 1 versus 2 situation with only 15 HP. Ghost is gonna be the one to clean him up, and that is gonna be 5 and 10 on the scoreboard. And it seems as though comeback season is in session, CA, because Enigma, they're slowly crawling their way back from the ditch that they dug themselves into.
Yeah, they definitely are doing just that. It will come down to the consistency if they can find it, because after a point I expect VILLAINOUS to start adapting to these aggressive strategies. So now this becomes a test for Enigma. Can you show us that you've got more than just aggressive pushes in your book, or do you keep going for something that works? Because right now it does make sense to not try to change something up in the heat of the moment. When you have a successful strategy, just try to get as much value of it as you can. And Enigma, they're doing just that. The drone coming out to try and get some information. They know where Cruiser is. The boombot revealing his position, Ghost with the smoke and the dash. Cruiser push back, and once again, A-side control in the hands of Enigma Gaming. Cruiser with the smoke spies the one tap. Gets shaded out instantly though, but that one tap was absolutely nasty. Now Hika is able to get another, and continuously the way Enigma able to maintain Raptors control. Hika with a blind kill on Gorong. It's Enigma with a huge advantage and likely the round.
What are these shots coming out from Hiccup, man? What is he on? He woke up on the right side of the man. That is so good. He's gonna be able to find it all. The push is gonna be coming out now. Hiccup is an absolute madman. I swear to God, he just satcheled it straight through the air. And you can already see what he's up to. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be a very crucial round coming out for their side as well. Because now they're gonna be able to stabilize themselves even further. But at the same time, coming out from the side of the defenders, it is gonna be Bullseye now picking up this operator. And now that the side of Enigma, they have no flash to work with. They're relying on a lot on these fast execution heavy rushes. That this operator itself can just completely dismantle the strategy if Bullseye hits the shots and he positions himself correctly.
The operator is going to be so huge. If they can shut down this operator for Enigma, it will mean they get so much leeway in the next few rounds to make sure that that comeback is very much real. Now, Badman on the lurk, he's causing a lot of presence to be pushed onto him while his team takes mid control for free. Now with the market push, Dodger, he's find one, but the trade coming out and the trade in the favor of Enigma so far. But Bullseye holding down B-main, he picks up Badman, turns around to find Buster as well, and with the showstopper not hitting him, Bullseye, he is completely alive. Now you can see the Hunter's Fury from base. Cruiser being that bodyguard for that Sova. He picks up the couple kills. It is the 11th round picked up for Team VILLAINOUS, and the operator stays alive.
As I said before, this one operator can just dismantle the entirety of this rush strategy. And Bullseye, he positioned himself perfectly, holding out from the side of B main, holding a very aggressive angle so that no one can push him down from the side of mid-market. Dodge, making sure that his teammate had a lot of the information saying that, hey, they're pushing down from the side of mid. You should be holding down B main a lot more aggressively. He did just that and then got the kill down on the Batman, went in for the swing on the side of market with Gorong being present for the side of the Paranoia as well. The team play and the usage of abilities just so clean and so beautiful. And just as I said, it is going to be Bullseye once again with an aggressive operator. They need to dry peek this man. There is nothing that they can do to force him off these angles. And this is what happens if you have a no flash strategy. You're going to be on a pretty rough spot going up against this operator. The run it back also gets a lot of use. Ladies and gentlemen, that's already going to be 3 members gone for the side of the attackers. And Enigma, they're on the back foot already. No damage being done whatsoever. Only Cruiser got losing his armor. While the entirety of Enigma, they're in absolute shambles, going down into this 2 versus 5 as they make their way down onto the side of mid and hopefully go down onto this B side somehow.
Bullseye on this operator has shattered any hopes of Enigma trying to pull off a comeback, but hey, as long as they're alive, there is still a chance. So now we'll look at Buster and Batman, see if they can pull it off. Now Buster, he sets up the smoke for him to take down that ult top, going for the TP onto Boathouse, but little does he know that Dodger on that Cypher is waiting for him in the side. Buster though, he's gonna be able to find the headshot. Bullseye able to trade it out, but Buster with another takes down the operator. Now Buster 1 versus 3, gonna get blinded out, gonna get pushed in. It's Quake with the kill. A little help from Gorong to secure map point for Team VILLAINOUS. this is the issue when you go down 10 to 2, irrespective of how good the first few rounds go in the first half. The moment you slip up, the moment the other team is given a second to take an edge, they're just gonna grab it, pounce on it, and look to close it off.
That is for sure, and the entirety of Team Villainous, they're doing it beautifully. I don't really see any situation where Team Villainous, they're not really ready for a lot of these fast execution rushes. And this is why CA, like, when we talk about this Raze and Jet combination, that it is a very one-dimensional composition, especially on maps such as Haven and on Ascend, where a lot of rotation plays is a lot more important whenever you're facing high caliber teams which can counteract a lot of these fast execution heavy rushes. And here is where the push is once again going to be coming on down towards this A side. They're looking to hold it down, but Cruiser, God, he has such a beautiful position. He's going to be able to get one kill. He gets the second.
Oh my God.
That's what's going to be coming on through the backup. Is friends, and ladies and gentlemen, the push is going to be coming on down. Cruiser pulls out his classic. He's shooting the entirety of Mega down already. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Bullseye to get the final kill down on the Batman as well. What a defensive hole coming out from the side of the defenders. And CA, I think my words are going to be coming into full fruition. When the strategy is a little bit too one-dimensional, this can always happen. And Team Villainous, they just played it a little bit more better, it seems.
Yeah, you can see that they are ecstatic about the way the map went turned out. Cruiser showing his biceps quick, really pumped up, but the whistle got wrong, dancing off. The entire team, they're just excited to be able to take down map 1 because going into bind, they're going to be extremely comfortable to try and close off the series. Enigma, they're going to have to pull off all the stops. Now it's Bullseye and Cruiser, 22 kills, 19 kills, leading the charge for their team, exactly what those duelists should be doing. And it's really nice to see Cruiser get a chance to really just sort of, spread his wings, really show his prowess, because usually we end up seeing him on that Sova or that Cypher. Cruiser picking up this new agent. Its Team Villain is showing a new look as they take down Enigma Gaming in map 1. Now we have plenty to talk about, so let's quickly go over to the LG Ultra Gear match highlights. Take a look at where really things went wrong for Enigma. Now, I think the obvious spoke of discussion goes down to that first half, where the initial round win streak 6-0 just prevents Ghost from being able to pick up that consistent operator, given we know how good a player he is. Enigma, they needed to find a way to stabilize, to protect Ghost on that operator, because he was that one X factor, the one thing that was going right for Enigma in the starting phases. I feel like they weren't able to collect around that sort of adaptive strategy till much later in the half, where then they tried to make a comeback, but it was too little too late. 10-2, that's almost impossible to come back from, and you saw exactly why in the second half. Props has to be given to Team Villainous though. So creative with their approaches, continuously just overwhelming Enigma in terms of the mind games by going A to B to mid, never giving them a moment to actually try to predict, and winning those mind games and the rounds every single time. It's Enigma Gaming going down one map, Team Villainous for the lead.
I have to say that the side of Team Villainous, they took a lot of risks. Normally, when you're in such a high-stakes scenario, you normally don't want to take a lot of these risks, but Team Villainous is like, nah, we're a team that loves to take a lot of the risk, and these risks just completely paid off. Enigma, they wanted to go in for the mind-reading plays, as you stated before. They wanted to go in for their own risky plays, trying to take control over a lot of these sidelines, but they just got read completely, knowing out for a fact in a lot of these rounds. They did not really opt to switch up their strategies, constantly holding down defensively, not really trying to be as aggressive as you would expect that they would be. And especially when you have a Raze and Jet-based combination, you want to be as aggressive as possible. You need to try and establish your own mid control. For example, a lot of teams would just be like, hey, we can take aggressive control from the side of mid, smoke down the side of top, smoke to the side of mid lane, and then push ourselves down onto the side of mid, take control of the entirety of courtyard. And if you have control over courtyard, basically you're funneling the entirety of the attackers down onto one singular side lanes, maybe down into the side of A main, maybe down into the side of B main. And if they try to contest you down into the side of courtyard, you're basically going to be shutting them down completely. And Enigma, them losing out on so much map control basically made the job easier for the side of Team Villainous, and a very dominant showing in map number 1. And hopefully Enigma, they understand this, and they're going to be able to counteract this kind of map control strategy coming out from the side of Team Villainous in map number 2.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because Team Villain is going into that bind. They're going to be feeling hella comfortable. So as you said, Enigma, It's time to get your creative hat on, try to find something new to be able to pull off a comeback. We saw it earlier today, so it's definitely possible. Now we're gonna go see a map, go set off a map 2. In the meantime, if you want to play like the pros, get yourself that 144 Hz 1 ms gaming monitor from LG Ultragear and take a chance to upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. You can find the links down in the description below. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Get your notifications on because this is finals week, baby. Things are getting real spicy real fast. We'll go set up map 2. See you there with the LG Ultragear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2. See you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX with Booyah as our broadcast partner. We're delayed by a small technical issue, but hey, we fixed it. We're back now, and the players are ready to go as well. Now, map 1 was won by Team Villainous in emphatic fashion, so let's quickly go over to the map V2 screen, see what we have got for map 2. Bind coming in aggressive. Like the one thing we can know is triple duelist for Enigma with that Sky pick and the Brimstone OTP Gorang going on to his favorite. This is going to be exciting.
Fine is one of the home grounds of Team Villainous. They pulled off the biggest upsets of this map, even taking down the likes of GE when it came to their own matchups. And now moving on forward, I'm really looking to see how these teams are going to be panning out against one another. But at the same time, CA, it is your favorite character, Sky, going over the heads of SMX.
Yeah, I really do think that it does come down to whether or not a team is able to utilize that Sky info to perfection because across VCT, right? Well, in Champions, so we've seen a lot of teams use that Sky mainly as an info agent, not really as the initiative flashing agent that we see Enigma do. So I do wonder if Enigma is going to go for more of that approach or just go for a hard focus rush approach where they're able to then utilize that Sky, try to get as much advantage as they can. Now, I do notice that Sentinel, so it's not a triple duelist actually. It is them adapting, like we appreciated, like Buster on that Omen, Hika and Ghost on the duelist, and it's Badman on that Killjoy. So this guy much stronger now with that Sentinel backup. This is gonna be an interesting matchup to watch.
That is for sure. And especially now that we were talking about this previously, that what goes wrong with this triple duelist composition, this basically means that you're leaving yourself on the attacking side really potent, but when it comes to the side of the defense, you pretty much have nothing to work with. You're basically a sitting duck, and your strategies are very one dimensional. Either you go in for a push or you play for the retakes. And if the retake scenarios for the side of Team Villainous are just too strong, you're not really going to be getting a lot of value moving on forward. And this is where I'm really looking to see how Team Villainous are going to be holding down onto their own defensive side. Because with that Sky, it gives a lot of aggressive flash potential, and this flash potential basically makes this double duelist composition of the Raze, of the Jet, just so potent and just so strong. But Dodge, he's gonna be able to spot out the two duelists from the back end, but Dodge with a beautiful headshot to boot, but still it's gonna be Hika to get that kill down, down immediately with a well-placed hit. But Gorang is gonna be the one with his Brimstone to answer back with his own shot. He gets covered with his own shot. He does get a personal trade, but SMS is gonna be the one to trade him back immediately. The flashes are going to be coming on out, but the kill comes out from the side of Bullseye. The flag does go on through, but Batman, he's going to have the sixth sense to go in for his own play, and it's going to be needing Quake to go down in this 1 versus 2 situation. Nothing can be found just yet, but the peak is going to be coming on through, and Batman, he actually hits the shot onto Quake while he was moving on out. A beautiful showing of aim for coming out from the side of Batman to take it all away, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be taking us to 0-1 on the scoreboard. And a really strong round coming out from the side of the attackers.
Yeah, Ghost picking up some snacks too. You can see Enigma, they're hungry for that revenge and they're really pushing forward to try and get an ASAP. Starting off the pistol round really well. As you said, that Sky on attack is going to be the X factor. If Team Villainous can shut it down early, pull off a very strong defense, then they can go into their own attacking half with that comfort. But if you're not able to shut down the Sky on the attack, then on the defense she can play so much more flexible, and it does give so much more agency to Enigma. Now already an aggressive A-side push. They've taken Lamp's control, the Trailblazer, and now the Guiding Light towards the Heaven to check it. The Guiding Light not giving any blinded calls, meaning Enigma know that the likely place for people to be in the showers. SMX, he's gonna check that, but end up getting traded out. Dodger finding one, will end up getting taken down. It's Hika and Ghost with almost a simultaneous double each to pick up the round for Enigma Gaming. Just one weapon loss means that the buy round got well.
Very beautiful buy round coming out from them. But at the same time, you have to remember that Ghost, he did not opt to go in for the Spectre buy. This basically means that now he and Hika can actually opt to go in for their own force buys with the Vandals and Phantoms coming on now. Basically means that they now have a lot of firepower to work with. Instead of playing the bonus round, they're going to be playing it safe and going in for their own buys. And it's going to be the first buy round from the side of the defenders. And this will dictate the pace for a lot of the following matches. Because now, when it comes to the first buy round, they need to make sure that, hey, This is a team that loves to play in aggressively. How can we counteract this? We can either counteract with our own aggression, or we can play it a little bit slower. And Bullseye just reading my mind in this situation. Goes in for an aggressive peek, and so does Gorong, going head to toe, taking out Heka instantly. The flash is just a little bit too late coming out from the side of SMX. They went in for the swings a little bit too early, and that is going to be hurting Bullseye. He's being so aggressive. He's bringing the finds of the side of the attackers, and he's going to be able to find it all on the back end. It's going to be Gorong getting another kill for himself onto SMX, and leaving Ghost on his lonesome to try and fend for himself. And sitting in the smoke, he's not going to be able to find much. And going down in this 1 versus 5 with all of the members of the side of Team Villainous looking so healthy, it's going to be all but over for the side of the attackers.
I mean, option 1, lock it in. They're gonna match that aggression with their own aggression. Team Villainous taking the fight to Enigma Gaming. Peak after peak, they win the duels, and now looking to secure the round. It's gonna be up to Ghost in this Shovels angle. Try to find a kill onto Garang and be able to pull something back, but he goes for the shots. Instead, they spray through the smoke, and that just reveals his location. And as a team, they swarm in on him. The smoke, like an inch too far. His dash ends up with him in dry territory, and Gorong's like, oh, hello. Thanks for the free kill. A flawless buy round for Team Villainous, meaning that the eco advantage in their favor now for Enigma Gaming. A precarious situation where they have to make a tough call. Hika and Ghost, they went for the buys last round, and even though Ghost, like, there was no buy for him earlier, he's gonna be forced onto the light shield. Hika gonna be forced onto a semi-buy, so it's going to be a very difficult round for Enigma to pull off, and this round is where Villainous will look to really snowball their eco. Now, it feels like Villainous, they've done their homework, because Enigma from their previous time on Bind, they love taking that shovel control with Sky, and again, Villainous very aggressively trying to contest it, but Enigma like, we're not going to repeat our tendencies, instead going for much more of that lamps control, able to get it and get a kill on the other side as well. Batman getting the advantage for Enigma. It is the spike planted and a 2-man advantage, looking to secure this round for themselves.
Now, with the flashes coming on through as well, we do see that all the members of the side of Team Villainous are having a beeline down towards this B side instead. And a really smart call coming out from them. They're going to be able to save their guns at the bare least and still go in for buys in the following rounds. Because you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, no utility was used from a lot of their members. And this is really smart from the side of Team Villainous. They're going to be able to still buy their teammates in the following round while them having a lot of money to work with as well. Basically opting to go in for a second buy round instead of forcing themselves down onto another eco round. They need to make sure they keep their guns safe and should not be over peeking whatsoever. Bullseye playing it smart and playing it safe, throws out a nade so that no aggressive push is going to be coming out onto their sidelines. And all of the members of the side of Enigma are going to be alive, and that is going to be a pseudo flawless round coming out for their side and taking us down to a 1-3 scoreline. And this is the type of momentum that you want to have after a very dominant win coming out from the side of Team Villainous on map number 1. Now that they have the momentum on their side, they need to be very careful that they don't throw it away, because the side of Team Villainous, they still have guys to work with on this round.
Absolutely. Now you can see Enigma, they're going to shift their approach entirely, look for a completely different strategy here, try to spread themselves out, find the picks, and then go for the push. But the drone coming out through that TP will give them a lot of agency. Now the Trailblazer accompanied with an aggressive dash. It's Ghost taking Dam's control, but they're trying to deny it. Ghost, he takes down Bullseye and does not get taken out in this Lamb's control, causing so much damage to Villainous. But on the other side, Cruiser holds strong on long, finds the equalizer, and now 4v4 on the map. It's up to the duelists on either side, but they just end up getting traded out once again. It's Dodger going down, but Ghost going down as well, meaning a 3-for-3. But for all of those trades, it was Villainous giving up ground. It was Villainous giving up territory in that A site, allowing this team of Enigma Gaming to push into side, take control, get the spike planted. Now 3v3, I see the running back ready for Cruiser God. I think he's gonna go for the TP onto this side and look for the running back play. But by that time, Gorong and Cruiser already finding a couple kills. 3v1, a simple retake on the cards.
Simple reading, but at the same time, Hika, he's gonna be a little bit too trigger happy. He runs on out, and a beautiful orbital strike as well coming out from the side of Gorang to take it all away. Basically, just threw down the orbital strike onto the side of Lams, and he's like, he has to peek from somewhere. Here's the footsteps, goes in for the swing. It is gonna be Gorang to take it away from the side of Hika, and that is gonna be a beautiful buy-round execution. And you can see, CA, that Team Villainous, they're really smart in the way they approach a lot of their rounds, and that all came down to the triple save that they did on the round previously. Basically means that a lot of their teammates can go in for their own buys while they're going to have the gun advantage moving on forward. And now they're going to be able to stabilize their economy even further, as they only lost 3 members on the previous round. Basically meaning that even if they lose out on this round, they're still going to be able to go in for buys in the following round. But from the side of Enigma, I don't think so they're going to have that luxury if they lose out on this one.
Absolutely, Enigma on the very last dregs of their economy. They're gonna have to win this if they look to stabilize it. We'll see if they're able to do that. This time going for much more of that Shovels control oriented playstyle, using that guiding light to push in and get that op control. They will look to get some information before they actually commit to a site. You can see that Hika, he made a lot of pressure towards the hookah area, but wasn't actually able to do any damage or force out any resources from Villainous, showcasing that Villainous are as disciplined as ever, refusing to give up an inch where they don't need to. Now Bullseye going for the peak and ended back in the right moment, dodging out Hika, and with that next jiggle able to find him. Hoopot going out with the grenade. It's Bullseye with the spam to pick up 2. Getting a huge advantage, using his utility perfectly to clear out space for him to go for that.
The dodge is not going to be fast enough, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be SMS taking a lot of damage on his own accord because of the wall banks coming on through. And now it's going to be a rotation. They Buster. He's not going to be ready for his dodge. He just read Buster's mind. He just camped out on the side of Hookah, and he's going to be the one to take him out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where Team Villainous are getting into the heads of Enigma. They're understanding their attack strategies. And Enigma, they are a team that love to be aggressive in a lot of their rounds, but it seems as though they're fighting aggression with aggression, and Bullseye, he's the one to catch them off guard constantly. A lot of value is not being found from the side of the Sky. You would expect the Sky to just completely open up the site itself. Playing her as an info agent is a little bit more important than using her as a dedicated slasher. And it seems as though the side of Enigma, they're dropping the ball in this situation themselves, but still, they're gonna be able to go for a buy once again. SMX being forced to go in for just a Phantom and no armor. The dashes are gonna be coming on through from the side of Ghost to try and take aggressive control down on the side of Lamps once again. But they're using the same strategies over and over again, CA. And this is gonna be spelling doom for their side if they are not careful.
The op picked up for Bullseye. He finds one, takes down Ghost, but the showstopper coming in for Hika with the double around the boxes. Hika clearing up sight, now paired up with the lockdown. It's gonna be Enigma pushing in. Now Cruiser, he finds one. The Hunter's Fury going through, but Hika, he will get into their face, pick up Cruiser and Quake, secure his 4K. Now looking for his ace, he's gonna look to push in into CT. Now Hika and Batman, they're both towards that same angle where Dodger is peeking. Hika and Batman, this is now no longer about the round, but about whether or not they're able to secure the ace. Hika, he's gonna spot him out. Dodger finds Batman, going for the duel against Hika, gonna take off his hat, get a lot of information. Dodger going for the heroics 1v2. Hika is really low. If he can take him down, he'll get a lot of space to be able to find the 1v1. But Hika refusing to peek, and the time running out, meaning Dodger going for the fake diffuse. With Buster and Hika pushing in from either side, the ace will not happen, but the round win will. That was a semi-buy eco-ish round for Enigma Gaming, but Hika with that showstopper, he just exploded completely onto the side.
That is where you need to make sure you always track your opponent's ultimates, and in that situation go wrong, and Bullseye played so close together behind one singular angle. Yes, it is a really strong angle if your opponent does not have a grenade and also a rocket launcher with your name on it. Because basically like, I'm gonna be full sending this rocket into your faces and I don't give a damn of what happens next. They're getting that double kill, just opened up the entire side for the side of the attackers, and they were just able to swarm themselves in, get kill after kill, and just a beautiful showcase of skill coming out from Hika. Like, he's just a completely different beast whenever we see him on this race, and he's showcasing it. But at the same time, it's the Bullseye. He's mad and he's showing off his own skill with a true smoke. Whoa, true smoke kill down onto one of the members of the side of the attackers as well. That has gotta hurt because you already lost one of your members. and you lost a little bit of armor on the side of SMX as well.
Subsequently, he also displayed the key difference between that info aspect of Sky with respect to Sova. It's way easier to destroy that guiding light, doing so, denying the information. But Ika, he doesn't need any of that. The Vandal shots coming in, picks up the kill and the advantage for Enigma Gaming. And now with that, they're looking to push into this lamps area. Now you can see Bullseye, he's playing on the very precipice of danger, looking for them to push into him. But they actually don't do so. Instead, they're going to look to take truck control and go for the plant. Buster with the lineup finds the
30
double
seconds left.
with another. He'll
Spike
find the
planted.
triple, leaving Cruiser all on his lonesome. Enigma in a commanding position to take the lead. It's going to be down to Cruiser to pull off a miracle. But with Bagman ready to face him off, it's nothing doing here for Team VILLAINOUS.
Once again, we do see the fact that, hey, yes, the attackers are playing the same strategies over and over again, but they're playing it a lot more differently this time around. They went in for a much more of a slower and methodical approach down onto this A side instead of the fast execution-heavy rushes that we saw previously. And they basically forced the side of Team VILLAINOUS to second guess themselves, and they're like, hey, maybe they're not onto this A side. Wrong, placing down the smokes, gets caught off guard, first opening kill, and it was just a full send rush after that, because as soon as you have the advantage in your favor, you're gonna be able to take it all away. But the side of Team VILLAINOUS, it could be dangerous, but I think Buster's gonna be there to clean him up, and that's gonna be a clean headshot on the side of Quake as well. Quake, he was not ready for it, but Buster, with his fast reactions, is gonna be able to take him out. But back to the point I was trying to make, that the side of the defenders, yes, being aggressive is really helpful, but at the same time, you're being aggressive constantly, over and over again. You're showcasing a lot of the aggression, and that level of aggression can hurt you quite a lot if you are not careful. And here is where the showing is about to start. Because once again, you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a buy round coming out from the side of Team VILLAINOUS. And if they do not win this one out, their economy is going to be absolutely non-existent.
Now Dodger shifting up his position. He's able to find one kill. They were not expecting him in that cubby, I think. But SMX able to get him out, catching out Gorong here. But Gorong, he's the one first to the trigger. Finds the kill. The showstopper coming out for Hika, though that's a rocket in the face for Gorong. Him going down, leaving Cruiser the last man standing in that hookah angle. Buster will find the kill and secure that 6th round for Enigma Gaming. Enigma much more in control with the way they're able to continuously push forward for the win in these rounds. Utilizing that Sky really, really well to get them the information. The Omen ult as well in that round. Barely Buster was able to spot out the hat of Dodger. That in combination with the guiding light, able to just secure them that site to be able to push through, get the round for themselves. This really is the true test of the mental prowess of Team VILLAINOUS, because they find themselves in a very similar situation to what Enigma was in map 1, where it is becoming hard to predict what sort of approach Enigma are looking to go for. Even though like the idea and the concept is the same, the pace, the tempo at which Enigma is playing continuously changing. Now Garang, he finds one, gets the advantage for Team VILLAINOUS. Let's see if they can translate this into a win.
But with the ultimate coming out from the side of SMX, it's gonna be even more harder. Those plants are hunting down all of the members of the side of the defense, and they're gonna be able to find it a beautiful guiding light as well, getting a little bit of cover for the side of Ghost. But Ghost, he's making so much noise onto the side of Lambs that this is a very beautiful play. They need to try and contest Ghost, otherwise Ghost, he's gonna be in such a beautiful position of his own. But look at Cruiser God, he's actually making the wraparound flank from the side of B-Long, and he could just get a kill on a couple of members of the side of B itself. He plays his cards right. They're slowly backing on off, but Cruiser, he hears the footsteps. He knows that Buster's coming on through. He's on the flank, ladies and gentlemen. He's slowly making his way down from the side of Market, but he's not looking in the right direction. He's going towards A, but this is going to be a fake coming out from the side of the defense.
30 seconds
They're looking
left.
their way back. They want to try and get this kill down on the Ghost, and this is just one kill that they need. Bullseye's not going to be able to hit the shots. He's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be Buster to take him out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be going to 4 versus 4, making it 3 versus 4. Soon enough, but 2 versus 4 going on forward. Now, with Cruiser fighting the bullet as well. That is going to be another one for their side. With Quake getting 1 kill, but Buster with his third to clean it all up. As it seems as though it's going to be a dominant side coming out from the side of Enigma, taking us to a 3-7 on the scoreboard.
Here.
Cruiser almost was in the perfect position to put a hefty wrench into the plans of Enigma, but did not end up going for the flank. Instead, went for the push onto A, and that did not pay off because a free site available for Enigma Gaming to take, and a free round they did take with now a 7-3 advantage. Looking to push forward, maintain the tempo and the lead as much as possible, do what Villainous did to them, and try to take us to map 3. Like you see, Villainous, they're playing much more defensive here. It's just Bullseye left in the hookah to hold it down. He did find a spam against Badman in that angle, but ended up backing down. The recon coming out for Quake, not gonna get much information inside. It's Hika just trying to cause as much noise as he can in the shower's angle, force out the utility from Villainous early, and then look to play for that. But for Villainous, I see 3 huge ultimates ready. The run it back, the showstopper, as well as the orbital strike. So they're gonna have to rely on that to pull through for this round.
Now the push is going to be coming on in. The Cruiser, he's in a beautiful position of his own. Does a lot of the damage towards the side of Batman at the very least. Choggers are going to be coming on in. That is not going to be able to get a lot of value, but it's going to go around waiting for the plan to come on through. And he does have the orbital strike, but not able to use it just yet. And this is going to be detrimental. Already Batman, he gets 3 kills. No ultimate getting popped. And this is going to be hurting, ladies and gentlemen. Go wrong. He's not going to be able to find the kill. And it's going to be Hika instead of takedown one. Goes in for the updraft play. Hits the headshot and hits the body shot to boot as well onto Dodge, taking him out instantly. And that is going to be 3-8 on the scoreboard, CA. And this feels like deja vu happening from the very first map.
Absolutely, right? Like, the amount of, really dominance, it's not even like sheer dominance, it's more like strategical dominance. The mind games reigning supreme for Enigma. It's literally how Villainous was in their own attack on map 1. And that makes me think that, hey, maybe these teams are just a bit more comfortable on attack despite how strong defense is on mind. So Villainous, if they do want to make a comeback, they need to pull back in this round and try to find it. But Bullseye going for the aggressive showstopper, gets a guiding light in his place, flashed out, and a bullet in his head to take him down. The run it back denied as well, meaning 2 high-powered ultimates used without as much utility. Now Cruiser, he's flashed out, but manages to throw out Molly in time before backing off into Lance. Will give some sort of a reproach for them. The opposite strike coming out as well will funnel all of Team Enigma Gaming onto their lamps and that TP. Gorong, he's able to pick up 1, but the TP coming through for Villainous, for Enigma, meaning that Villainous left in a weird situation where they're not be able to push through. Now the recon will reveal that the plant is going down in that default long angle, but with the lockdown ready, it's going to become a very difficult retake for them. Now Dodge, he finds 1, he has the information. Really nice headshot, but Badman able to get the trade. It's 9-3 for Enigma. They have a huge lead.
This just amazes me, honestly, see, of how controlling the side of Enigma are when it comes to their own attacking half. And they're a completely different team. And we've seen this when they went up against Team Mahi as well. Their attacking side is just so potent, but when it comes to their defensive sides, they do struggle a lot. And I'm hoping to see that now that they have this 3-9 lead in their favor, they're going to be able to come back strongly enough. But at the same time, you have to remember that the strategy that they employed with the double dealers, with the Sky, just gets even stronger onto the side of defense, mainly because the Raze herself can just hold down the angle of Hookah properly on her own accord, hold down that B side even stronger because of the Sky being present with the guiding lights, with the information in his own favor. But Hita, he's the one playing a little bit too aggressive down onto the side of Hookah, so he needs to be quite a little bit careful, otherwise he may just bite off a bit more than he can chew. The shed damage is going to be coming on in, but the nade, so beautiful, goes onto the body of Bullseye and does so much damage onto him. They need to be careful. It's going to be SMX with the first initial kill. Hika is going to be chiming in with his own, but then there's going to be Buster Hika with his double. The setups are clean, the setups are beautiful, but Dodge, he's gonna be the one to get a couple of headshots of his own accord. The nade does come on through, and Hika goes in for the swing, and Hika goes in for the spray. He gets a triple kill for himself, and that is gonna be 3-10 on the scoreboard. And CA, double digits are on the board. 11th round coming in soon enough if the side of Team Villainous is not enough to go in for those 4 spies.
Yeah, they are in a very bad situation. As you said, going in for the force buys is the ideal move here. But considering that they only took down a couple of members, those force buys will put a lot of pressure onto the eco, especially since that stinger is nerfed now. You don't really want to go for 5 stingers, So you have to branch out, and you can see they've done exactly that. 2 Spectres, 2 Stingers, and a Sheriff, meaning that they have some sort of approach towards that. Now you can see a much more aggressive approach towards the shells by Cruiser, drawing a lot of attention to himself, while his team is able to take 3 lamps control. Team Villainous now pushing in aggressively into his side, and Quake, he's holding down on his lonesome. Quake picks up Ghost, but Batman with the trade. The trade though, a favorable for Team Villainous. They get the advantage, but not for long, as Hiccup pushing into Lamps, trying to retake
One
it. It's
enemy
SMX
remaining.
with 1, and Batman with another to secure a huge advantage for them. And now in the post-plan, they know exactly where Cruiser is, so this retake gonna be almost impossible.
Close to impossible itself, and now the post-plan position's not gonna be there for him, as it is gonna be SMX to clean it all up with his own stinger. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a force fight coming out from the side of the attackers as well. And with that force fight not really working out in their favor, it seems as though the side of Enigma, they're just completely gonna be running over the entirety of Team Villainous. They don't really have an answer for it. There's gonna be 3 and 11 on the scoreboard as well, as you have to remember, on this 3 and 11 scoreline, pretty much anything can happen. Both of these teams are just at each other's necks, but at the same time, it is Enigma being able to pull out on the top in a lot of these engagements, and you have to give it in that round. The Sky is showing so much value. SMX just setting up everything for his team, using the Wolf, using the guiding lights. There was no corner unchecked, basically making sure that as soon as that flash came on through, someone was going to be there to check that corner, to get that kill if someone did get flashed out in that situation. And SMX, he played that beautifully, but now it is going to be a save round coming out from the side of the attackers, because they want to try and fight for that overtime at the bare least. But Bullseye, he gets caught with his pants down, and he's going to be paying the price for it, as now with the push coming on down from the back end, well, there's going to be a shower push from the side of the attackers. Them making their way forward does get headshot in because of Busters. Spectre in hand. The push is going to be coming on down from the back end. The shock darts are going to be raining on in, but it's not really going to be getting much value. Hiccup's going to be chiming in on the back end, getting a 1 down on the way. Buster gets one of his own, but he's in a beautiful position. He only gets 1 kill as he gets traded out by Hiccup, leaving Dodge on his lonesome once again to try and clutch out this round in a 1 versus 4, but with all of the angry members on the side of Enigma hunting him down.
30 seconds
He may
left.
just only get a flag, but that's pretty much it.
They're going for the knife attempt for Dodge with the Sheriff, closes Hiccup down. Gets that 1 tap, but hey, he gets traded out at the end of the day, and it's a map point for the side of Enigma Gaming, looking to close off this map right here, right now. Enigma looking so damn strong, and I have to appreciate the change they've made to this composition. The Sky, of course, one of our favorite factors, but that triple duelist was really starting to become an issue for them. As we talked about earlier, they looked a bit weak in their defense, but with this Killjoy coming in, they're now playing much better on that defensive angle. All they need to really do is stack up 1 member with that Killjoy to hold down the side, allowing for a triple stack on the other, and a much more aggressive playstyle. Like, on cue, they display exactly what I'm talking about. The flash, the dash, it's Ghost with the first kill. The spike dropped, it's Enigma going all guns firing. SMX with 1, but Gorong is trying to fade. Now a Hiccup with the showstopper, not gonna find any kill, but it's gonna be Quake instead on the other end, finding 1. Badman, he secures the lead, takes down the Sova, looking for the duel against that Phoenix. Badman trying to buy as much time as he can for his team. He's gonna find 1 kill, and now that's 2v1 for Badman and Hiccup. Gorong, last man standing. If he can get 1 kill, his orbital strike will be online, but with that spike drop towards B short, that's where Enigma will look to make their play.
Do not believe they know that the spike is gonna be there on that angle, but because Hiccup's not really playing it aggressively. He's holding down from the back end. So slowly but surely they're making their way down, and Gorong, he's going into the awaiting arms of Hiccup. And no, this is not gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be Hiccup instead holding down from the back end angle, and then they're gonna be able to find it all away. Enigma, they make the difference. They made it all happen. And now they still have a fighting chance moving on forward, because this is gonna be the second map, ladies and gentlemen, because the side of Team Villainous, they were able to win out on map number 1. And on this map, Enigma, they were able to go through the flaws that they had in the previous map, come back stronger as a team, and now they're going to be able to take the win going up against Team Villainous.
I mean, at this point, like Enigma Gaming, they've really made that turnaround from map 1 to map 2. The difference in the gameplay between this team has been far and out. So I'm excited to see how much further they can push it through in map 3 and how Villainous will look to make their own comeback in map 3. Because already today, earlier today, we saw a reverse sweep from XTZ, and for Enigma, it looks like it's once again that on the cards. Now, a lot to talk about, so let's quickly go over to the LG Ultra Gear match highlights and take a look at what happened in this map. I think for me, the power of that sky really perfectly displayed by Enigma Gaming. The amount of proactive gameplay that she allows in comparison to the Sova, it really enables competitive teams in this esports setting where instead, as compared to solo queue, where you're just looking to get info piece by piece, in a competitive 5v5 setting, you want to be able to use that information instantaneously. You want to translate that information into tangible advantages, and that's where the Sky really excels. Enigma making perfect use of that, really putting it to the test that, hey, is it time to drop that Sova and Ascent? We'll find out. Sorry, on Bind, we'll find out soon enough. But for Team Villainous Aggressive, it didn't look like they were on that same vein of form that they were in map 1, and I do wonder why.
And I do believe a lot of the pressure coming on through is mainly because of the Sky pick. Like, we stated this before, unless you are used to playing against the Sky, you're gonna have a pretty rough time going up against her. And here, the surprise factor coming into full fruition. And I do believe that Team Villainous, they were not ready for any of it. The guiding lights, the wolf coming down from the side of SM, it's just so clean every single time. We did see a lot of the kills come on through. It's because SMX was able to set it all up. The guiding light coming on through basically means that, hey, they either need to turn away from that flash or they need to break it. And when they're breaking the flash, already one of the members of the side of Enigma, they're going to be able to go in for an aggressive push. They were not ready for it. They were not able to adapt at a quick enough pace to what the Sky was bringing down to the table. And this was the deciding factor for the side of Team Enigma. They were able to come out on top, take us to this 1-1 scoreline. And when it comes to the third map, it's pretty much anyone's game. Hands are up in the air for VCA because I don't know what's going to be happening now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give it your all because this is the lower bracket semifinals. The winner moves on to the lower bracket finals. The loser out of the tournament, as well as out of the contention for a bit of that prize pool. So I'm sure both of the teams will give it all they got. Now, while we set up for map 3, if you want to get yourselves that one, play like the pros, get yourself that 144 hertz 1 ms gaming monitor, or upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Check out the links in the description below. Some amazing offers for you guys to try. We'll go set up for map 3 real quick and be back with the game between Team Enigma and Team Villainous in the Esports Club Valorant Invitational Season 2. be worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX with Booyah as our broadcast partner. We're back for Map 3 between Team Villainous and Enigma Gaming after Enigma won Map 2 in an emphatic fashion 13-3. Let's quickly go to the map veto to see what we do have in store for us in this deciding matchup. It's going to be split aggressive, and that's a really interesting look for me because I don't think we've seen either of these teams a lot on split in this specific tournament. So I'm excited to see if we get to see that Sage Killjoy kind of double Sentinel comp, or we see that Sky come out once again for SMX.
The Sky pick is really strong on this map, but it seems as though we do have the spicy picks instead what you said previously, with SMX going on to the Sage and of course Badman going on to his own Killjoy. But coming out from the side of Team Villainous, they're actually opting to go in for the triple duelist composition, with Gorong going on to the Brimstone as well. Brimstone, a character that we rarely ever see on the map of Split, but of course Gorong, he's the OTP Brimstone. So let's see what he can bring down to the table this time around with Cypher to close out the entire composition. But at the same time, coming out from the side of Enigma, it is going to be quite interesting to say the very least of how this Sage and Killjoy combination is going to be holding up against the triple duelist composition, because in the long run, I'm going to be giving the advantage towards the side of Enigma, because with the Sage and Killjoy, you can pretty much stop any rush that you want to on either of the sides.
Absolutely. Like that Sage Killjoy composition has slowly but surely become meta, not just locally, but also internationally, because of the fact that the way Split was restructured, it gave a lot more room for teams to rely on pure aim to pull off more of those peaks and sort of enable the attacking side more. So a bit more priority put on that defense. So, and then rely on just your skills and strategy to pull off the attack is why this double sentinel composition so strong. Now, I really like this answer though. The triple duelist coming out for Team Villainous. It's quick going on to that Jet, and that's something I don't think I've ever seen him pull off. So I'm excited to see how he's really gonna end up performing. Because let me just remind you, Map 1, we never saw a Cruiser pull up that Phoenix, and he just popped off. Maybe this is Quake's turn to shine.
That's for sure. And sometimes you need that little bit of spice to go on everything that is nice, to just close it all down and make yourself feel like, hey, you gotta keep kept on your toes, Enigma. Yes, you won out on the second map in a very dominant fashion. It was our home ground, but now we're gonna be taking you to Split, a map where, let's say that we have our own new type of strategies, and hopefully this triple duelist composition is going to be helping them out in the long run. But at the same time, CA, we do need to talk about the fact that Split is not really a map made for triple duelists, because after a lot of the recent Split changes, yes, it's a little bit easier to go onto the attacking side, but at the same time, you're going to have a very, very rough time when you're holding down on your defensive angles, because a lot of these fast execution rushes coming out from the side of Enigma are going to be really hard to stop.
Absolutely, and you can see Enigma doing just that as we started off the smoke, the dash. They're going for this A site, and they've already taken control of a significant portion. The wall as well just instantly denies that screen's access. Now Gorong with the knife is trying to take it down, and Bullseye coming in from the ramps, he's able to take down Badman. No Killjoy for the post-spawn is going to be a huge bonus for Villainous as they look to push through. Now the wall is down, Cruiser, he's going to find one, and Ram's control soon to be taken with just Ghost left over there on his own. If they can take out Ghost, they're going to do exactly that. They will be able to push in towards the site. You know exactly where the rest of the players are. And it looks like there is no look, but SMX, he's found one. Now looking for another 10 seconds to his heal. Needs to try and delay for as long as possible. He's going for the complete wraparound. SMX, he's gonna find the third. Now SMX doesn't dodge, lands a couple of shots. 2 seconds to his heal. Will have the heal ready in time. Can go for that. It's gonna do exactly that. SMX going for the peak. Not able to find the kill. It delays significant bit, but I think there's not enough time to be able to pull it off. SMX just take a bow, man. That was insane.
That was just a little bit too close, CA, and I do believe that Cruiser God, he should have gotten that kill, but he opted to go in for the fast peek instead, and during the reload, he didn't opt to take his time and then go in for the shots. I do not believe that he noticed the fact that SMX was reloading in that situation, did not opt to go in for the swing, and he paid the price for it dearly, with SMX being able to clutch out that round for his team, and a very beautiful showing of aim and skill coming out from SMX. Those shots were just so crispy with that classic. The glitch pop just being in his hand just gives that level of confidence, that is for sure. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a push coming on down towards his B side instead. The Molotovs are going to be going on through as well. But God, he's not going to be able to find much at all as SMX, he just goes for GTA style. But God, he's going to be running his way forward. He does get a kill of course, SMX with his own calling, but the bodies are just piling on onto this B side, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be painting the floors in the blood of the side of Team Villainous. But still, it was the first, it was an eco round, sorry, coming out for the side of Team Villainous, and now moving on to their bye round. They're gonna be quite happy moving forward.
Yeah, Team Villainous, if they will be okay with the way that round went, but really, it's now, I feel like it's about all of that mental fortitude.
Here.
Because for the side of Enigma
Here.
Gaming, right?
Keep up.
That clutch is gonna have them hyped up so much. I know we were really excited, but the team itself is gonna be so pumped, and you can see it in their approach. Now, you can see the paranoia push coming out as they look to take heaven control, but Team Villainous playing it very defensively, not giving them any peek whatsoever. Ram's control is taken for Enigma Gaming, and they're gonna look to utilize that to push into sight. The boom bot coming out to give them the information of that CT angle. The grenade as well, but it's Cruiser lying down and wants to pick up the kill on Hika, leaving Enigma Gaming in a very precarious situation where they don't have side control, but they're stuck in the site. Now they take down Bullseye, but go wrong with the trade, meaning that they're not able to push in. Badman from the other side, though, he finds go wrong and left in a 3v3. The trades, even though they go even, in terms of advantages, it's Enigma Gaming able to take the side, keep that Killjoy alive to play for the post plant. With the turret coming, turret ready to place, it will be down to whether this Killjoy can pull off this round or whether the retake too strong for Team Villainous.
He's on the side of Scream, but he's not gonna be able to find that shot. Instead, it's gonna be Batman. It's gonna be Cruiser biceps trying to flex his biceps, but he's not gonna be able to flex hard enough. As instead, it's gonna be Ghost to take him out, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be the showing of skill that we would expect coming out from the side of Enigma. They're gonna be able to take it all away, take us to a 0-3 scoreline moving on forward, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you need to do whenever it comes to these fast execution heavy rushes. The side of Team Villainous, they have a triple duelist composition, and they're not opting to fight for the retake scenarios. They're trying to hold down to the side, and there's where the damage is already being done, because especially on split, when you do not have that Sentinel, when you do not have a Sage, or you do not have a Cypher or a Killjoy, basically you need to play a lot more for the retakes. You need to give up the site, play for picks instead, and that is the only way you're going to be able to pull down on a lot of these fights. And Enigma, they understand what is happening. They're just exploiting it.
Once again, that paranoia, it's Hika with the double satchel, backside cleared. Buster picks up the double, and a telegraphed, choreographed approach for Enigma Gaming works out perfectly. Now Bullseye, he found the one tap, but with the wall, I'm not sure if this gap was intentional, but right now it's working really well for Enigma Gaming. Gets him that kill, and now it's just last man standing go wrong. Still get taken down, 4-0 for Enigma Gaming. It feels like they've not let go of the form they picked up in map 2. They were angered by the way map 1 went, and so far, they've not just taken out revenge in map 2, but they want vengeance here in map 3 to close it off ASAP.
They're making their way forward, and they're running it all down. And that is what you would expect, because the composition that the side of Team Villainous have, the only way you can go up against it is through a lot of your fast execution heavy rushes. But at the same time, you can see what's in the hands of Quake. He does have that operator, and this operator is going to be very crucial if he gets one kill with it at the bare minimum. But a beautiful blue ball coming out from the side of Pika. He's going to be the one to completely take the ball down, but still, it's going to be Quake with a beautiful updraft of his own. Gets into position and gets the shot down on the burst immediately. He's looking for some more, and he's going to be able to find that. Takes out Hiccup instantly. Very beautiful plays with this operator. The operator getting so much value on their own accord as well. The wall does come on through a very beautiful wall, but at the same time, it is going to be Batman on the back end being able to give the pressure to the presence. But all the members of the side of Team Enigma, they are so low. Quakey gets his third with that operator. It's getting so much value that it's shutting down the entirety of the side of the attackers. But now with the ultimate getting popped from the back end of Buster, he is deep inside of enemy territory, deep on this B side, and he's wanting to go in for the flank, but it's gonna be a wraparound play going on to the A side instead. And Buster, he's in a really bad situation. Ghost, he's now down to 4 HP, and Gorong, he's gonna be healthy. The headshot not draining on it. It could be detrimental for him, but instead it's gonna be SFX to be the saving grace to take him out. And now with the plan going on down onto this B side, Buster nowhere to be found. It's basically a 2 versus 2 on the map, moving on forward onto this A side. If they are not careful, it could be all but over for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen, because now with the pincer coming on down from the back end, SMX, he's holding down from the side of Elbow as strongly as he can, but the heaven push is going to be coming on down. The Cypher, slowly but surely, he's going to be making his way down from the side of Ramps. The pincer has been set. Ladies and gentlemen, Quake, he needs to be careful. He does get the first kill. A beautiful flick shot. Quake, he's looking for his aim. He wants to try and get it. The monster, he's going to be the one to take it all away from him. Ghost, he gets the kill down on the Quake as well. And Buster, he made the big brain play at the side of the defenders. They took way too long to go in for that retake, and they paid the price for it heavily right there, taking us down to a 0-5 scoreline. The mind games coming in supreme from the side of the defense, from the side of the attack. Sorry.
Just really well played by Enigma Gaming as a whole. That ult, I think initially they meant to follow through on it, because you could see SMX scrambling to get into the sewers to go for the rotate, but it was the Ghost being able to push it into the CT. It gets revealed by Gorang spotting him out, and as soon as they see Gorang realize that the rotation has gone through for the others, they stay onto that A side, go for the plant, and are able to pick up the round. The adaptation in the moment really strong for Enigma Gaming, and looking to use just that here. They made a bunch of noise on this B side. The wall came up. It's SMX, this battle Sage, to pick up yet another first blood. She's stopped on that kill shot, and she's looking to use the advantage perfectly. Now he's holding down mid. Enigma Gaming, they're gonna take that side perfectly, but SMX causing so much damage will end up getting taken down though by Quake, and that's a free gun picked up for Team Villainous. That gun to Team Leaf is gonna be Gorang using and piloting that. We'll see if he's able to push through. Now Batman, he finds one kill onto Cruiser, and the retake coming through, but Enigma ready in their position to stop any chance of it. It's Hika with one, gets traded out, but the Bullseye with the showstopper trying to push through will not find anyone, because all of Enigma, they pushed into the screens and main, trying to go for the hole. Now Bullseye, the showstopper in the last moment, that's just unlucky.
That just feels bad, bruh. That, like, there is not much you can do about that. I feel about that, that is for sure. But at the same time, that is going to be 0-6 on the scoreboard, and that is another eco round loss going in the favor of the side of Enigma. And this basically means that now they have 6 rounds on the board. On their weaker side, say, you have to remember, this is a double Sentinel composition. And with this double Sentinel composition, they have a 6-round lead. They're going to be more than happy moving forward onto their own defensive half. And now they have the momentum in their side to get even more rounds moving on forward. But it seems as though Enigma, they're playing it a little bit slower. They're playing it a little bit smarter now, holding down to see if they can find any sort of an aggressive push coming down from the side of A-main. But instead, it is going to be the ultimate getting popped from the side of the side of the attacker, onto the B sideline. And this is going to be a full send to come down over to this B side, but instead it's gonna be a fast rush going down towards the side of A. Instead, that was a fake ultimate, ladies and gentlemen, coming out from the side of Batman, and the coach is gonna be going on through, and they're opting to play in for the retake. And this is smart coming out from the side of Team Villainous, because if they play in for the retake, this basically means that they can be holding on down strong onto their own right. But from the back end, Quake, he takes a lot of damage because of the showstopper. The ultimates are going to be coming on down. So the hot hand is going to be coming on down. And Garong, he still has his orbital strike. And this orbital strike is going to be very crucial moving on forward onto their own defensive half. And now it's going to be Quake getting the first initial kill. Dodge chiming in with his own and getting another dodge roll for the 4. They're hunting it down for Buster. He's the one to make the difference. Buster with the third. Buster, he could be the one to make the difference. Buster with the 4th. And this could be it for their side, but there's enough time to go in for the defuse. Buster, he just put a complete stop to the entirety of the side of the defenders. Buster, he's just too scary. They need to be careful about this, man.
Buster in that elbow angle almost took down the round, but I'm gonna look back a moment and appreciate Team Villainous playing on that retake really well. They're willing to give up the side. Gorong as well. He damaged the wall to a large extent, but did not take it down, knowing that it's very likely that there's someone waiting for him on the other end if he does do that. A smart approach from Team Villainous to pick up their first round and put it in stone like, hey, we're not gonna give up just because the times are getting tough. In fact, we're gonna strap in and try to push forward aggressively, find our own wins. Team Villainous, they've done exactly that, and this time they're gonna station the operator towards his ramp's angle, wait for Enigma to push in. Now Enigma, they've learned their lesson. They're going for a much more methodical approach. Don't want to end up playing into the hands of Villainous. Doing just that though, they realize they have to push in. The off shot for Quake misses, and that's the cue for Hiccup. Double slash will go up, but Quake is ready. He's expecting him almost. And Cruiser in that off angle. They didn't check their corners. Oh.
That has gotta hurt. Ghost, he does get a kill down on the Quake, taking us down to a 2 versus 3 situation at the very least. But once again, the ultimate is still present from the side of Gorong, so he's gonna be able to use it soon enough. And the dash in is gonna be present though as well because of that double kill being in the hands. Ghost, he's gonna be able to charge it back up, and it's gonna be Buster getting it most of the kill down on the watch. Buster's looking for some more. He does get the wall bang dink onto Dodge and force him back down to 8 HP. Only 8 HP and a 3 for this match. Let's see, I think I told you the story of Dodge getting a clutch, but I don't think it was on this one. As Ghost, he's gonna be the one to get a 4K instead and close it all out. It's gonna be 1-7 on the scoreboard moving on forward. And it seems as though Enigma, they're gonna have a strong foothold on this side.
That round was such a roller coaster with Team Villainous getting the opening kills. Quake here, he does so well. Cruiser in that off angle, he picks up 2 more and it's 4v2 at this point. But this is where Ghost comes up huge. That off shot giving him the knowledge of where Quake is. He's able to pick up 1 kill, get the spike, go for the plant and hold down so strong to pick up his own 4K through the orbital strike, able to get the plant and make sure that Team Villainous are not given any hope. The eco for Villainous now. Enigma, once again, they know it and they're gonna push in. Hika, he's controlling that Rafters. CT blocked by that Sage. Team Villainous, they're going for the retake, but they don't have the guns to pull it through. Instead, the firepower just reigning supreme for Enigma. They're demolishing Team Villainous.
That is for sure. And with the last 2 members just chilling down on the back end of it all, the coach is coming down. It's gonna be Cruiser Bicep making his way forward, but he's not gonna be able to hit it all down. It is gonna be Buster with his own beautiful crosshair placement to work, but he's gonna be able to shut it all down. And that's gonna be a flawless round, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of the attackers once again. And this is why you never want to go in for triple duelist compositions on the map of Split, because without that Sentinel, you're basically making every single round that you want to try and take even harder, even more deadly for your end, especially when you're on the defense when it comes to your first initial roundup. If you're on the side of the attack, maybe yes, the triple duelist composition can be a good option, but when you're on the side of the defenders, it's not as potent. And now it seems as though it's gonna be a full send rush onto this B side this time around. There is nothing to stop this rush. And with Bullseye though, he's gonna be the one to stop this rush instead. He gets a double kill with that 1 main, and he pulls out the showstopper. He's gonna be able to get the 4K, but Buster, he's gonna be able to chime in with a couple of his own kills, leaving Batman to be the one to close this one out. Batman with a couple of shots, but at the very end, he's gonna be able to get the kill onto Dodge instead. And now taking us down to a 1 versus 2 situation, very much clutchable for the clutch god known as Batman, the boogeyman. Is he gonna be able to find it out though? The spike, they know for a fact, the defenders know for a fact that the spike has been dropped down onto this B side. But Batman, he's playing it smart. He plays out the swarm grenade. He popped up the swarm at the very least, and he's making a mad dash towards the other side, and he wants to get this ultimate point at the bare minimum. But doesn't opt to go for it just yet, and with only 45 seconds
Calling
left
my
on the
bot.
clock, he can go in for a rotation play and go down to this A side instead, but he's making a lot of footsteps, and Cruiser, he did hear the footsteps, and he's gonna be able to hear what is happening down on the side of sewers as well. But Batman, he's making another big play. He's gonna make his way down into the side of
30
sewers, but now
seconds
making his
left.
way down onto the side of heaven instead, but he needs to be quick with only 20 seconds left on the clock, and now it is gonna be Cruiser. Oh, not turning to the very last second. We can see it because we have the wall hacks, but Batman, he doesn't. He just missed his death by a fair couple of centimeters, but it's gonna be Cruiser biceps understanding how Batman is gonna be taking. Does not opt to come out of B main that early. That basically means that the timing is gonna be off. Basically meaning that, hey, he's not coming down outside from the side of B main, so where can he be? The timing showcases that he has to come from the side of the heavens, taking us to this 2-8 scoreline. A very beautiful scoreline, to say the very least, because if they're able to win 2 more rounds, they have magic number 4 on their side to move over to the next.
That round really good for Enigma Gaming. Sorry, for Team Villainous. The fact that they're able to pull off that round, make sure that the operator is saved by Cruiser at the end of the day, means that Quake is able to once again hold that op down, try to deny one sideline altogether, makes it that much harder for Enigma Gaming to pull it through. Now they're going for an aggressive execute onto this A side once again. It's Hika taking aggressive heaven control, finds the first kill. Now with the CT push, looking for more. I don't think he's expecting 2 people like Quake right behind him though. So if Hika turns around, it could be the perfect opportune moment for him. Now Buster on the lurk towards the B. He's
Oh,
taken
no.
B heaven. So both of the heavens in control of Team Villainous,
Bullseye.
meaning they have complete control of which side they actually want to make a push through. Now Bullseye, you can see he's gonna find Hika, clear out that CT angle, and give a lot more room to Team Villainous for them to be able to find. Just hold on to this side, go for that magic number 4.
But Buster, he's in such a beautiful position. He actually does spawn out Bullseye as well. He does get the kill as he's
You
making his
will
way
not
down from the
kill
side of
my
B
ally.
heaven. At the ultimate has been dropped as well from the back end. It is gonna be Cruiser though holding down from the back end of the
Healing.
side. Buster getting walled up by his own
30
teammate,
seconds
but at
left.
least he's gonna be able to hold himself down onto the side of the heaven. The Dodge is gonna be
remaining.
coming on down, but Buster, he's just too quick. He takes out Quake, but Dodge is gonna be the one to get the kill down on there. He's looking for some more. He's gonna be able to find it onto Buster as well. Good double take headshot, but now Dodge, he just has an operator in his hand, and he's gonna be opting to save it because with only 32 HP, there's not much that he can do whatsoever to try and close this one out for his team. And now the side of Enigma, they're gonna be at a comfortable 2-9 scoreline moving on forward to this half. And Dodge, he's gonna be kind of happy that he was able to save out this operator, but not having that 9 and 4,
Out of fire.
not having that 4-8 scoreline is gonna be hurting the side of Team Villainous for sure when they move on to their second half.
There is one more round after this, so hey, maybe they can still get that scoreline through. Try to get that 9-3 at least. But hey, as you said, not having that 4-round
Last
mark
round before
is
the
definitely gonna hurt Team Villainous. And it really shows that Enigma Gaming, they're looking really strong. Despite having lost that 1 round, they proved that it's just a blip on the radar. They refuse to back down. They go forward with the aggressive push that really worked well for them in the previous rounds. And they're able to secure their advantage on the basis of that. The op saved for Quake will mean there is some sort of hope for Team Villainous to be able to pull through on this round. But the fact is that the eco really hurting. I mean, you can see
Get out of
Dodger
my
forced
way.
onto a Sheriff, Cruiser forced onto just a Spectre with light shields, meaning it is Enigma once again with much better weapons. Now the Omen ultimate coming out, they're looking to get information of that A backside area, and with no one spotted out, it will mean that they can try to execute aggressively into the side. Buster positioned perfectly to set up the paranoia. The lockdown going down for Enigma Gaming. The push just seconds away. Bullseye is trying to make his mark, takes down 1, gets traded out though. And now Enigma Gaming, knowing that they've got that 1-for-1, they'll push onto side, go for that open plant, and then play for the post plant. Now Quake, he missed his shot, doesn't have as much time, so they're gonna have to wait it out. This time a very different wall, denying that heaven angle, looking to play for the CT. Let's see if Enigma Gaming able to hold on.
Trying to hold it down over the board, but instead it is going to be
Last
Ghost getting a
player
double kill for
standing.
himself, but Dodge comes in for the sideline, getting a couple kills of their own. But still, at the very end of it all, it is going to be Quake to try and hold it all down from the back end. And now, in this 1 versus 2 situation, will Quake be the one to close out this round and bring them the hope that they need to try and close this one out? But instead, it is going to be Badman to shut down Quake. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of the first half. And
Switching
this
sides.
it's where the pain is about to start seeing, because now double digits in the favor of the side of Enigma basically means that a lot of pressure is going to be riding onto this one pistol round
Placing
for
swamp
the
grenade.
side of Team Villainous.
Absolutely, and it brings me back to that conversation about the compositions, right? Like this triple duelist, it came through, like the advent of this came through when the breach meta really started getting strong. It was an answer to that breach to try and just take control with teams who either don't like playing breach or want to play much more aggressively, much more individualistically without the breach, and that's where it really excelled. But against a double sentinel composition where you don't really have much defense on your own defense, it becomes very hard to pull it off without that info agent. Like the Sky, she provides info in terms of her flashes. The Breach, he provides proactive approach in taking pockets of control that they don't have. The lack of an initiator really hurting the side of Team Villainous. But hey, it's their attack, it's their moment to shine. Let's see what they can do. But already the grenades, the utility, so damn strong for Enigma Gaming. Team Villainous just blowing up right now.
Able to take a lot of the kills, but Cruiser, he wants to answer back with a couple of his own headshots. He does get the kills, but he's not going to be able to find out much whatsoever. The pushes are going to be coming on down. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the 11th round on the board for the side of Enigma. They're one more point away for going into match point itself, and it's gonna be a do or die situation for the side of the attackers. They're gonna have to opt to go in for the forward fight, but with no spike plan going down in their favor, they cannot opt to go in for the Spectres and Stinger buys, because a lot of their members are not going to be able to afford it, and everyone's going to be opting to go in for the full armor and the Sheriffs. And with these Sheriffs, they're going to need to go in for a lot of these one taps, and let us see if they are going to be the ones to find it all. The push is going to be coming down from the side of mid though, but SMX, he's played it beautifully without the sword, and he's going to be able to he's going to be able to find a second. Hiccup with his third, he's looking for some more, but Drone's going to be the one to shut down SMX. And at the very end of it all, CA, it seems a little bit too long gone for the side of players.
Pika just can't help himself. He has to go for that knife and he gets punished for it again. In the same situation, a bit of deja vu. Last time it was Dodge with the Sheriff and Hika going for the knife. This time Cruiser with the Sheriff and Hika going for the knife. Both of the times, it was Hika going down and them getting the kill. But both of the times it was also Enigma picking up the round. Match and series point for Enigma Gaming here as they look to close it out right here, right now. The operator picked up for Ghost. The buys continuing for the rest of their team. Enigma Gaming in full control. They even upgraded the couple of members who did not only have the Spectres, SMX with the Bulldog, a Hika with the Vandal. You can see the first shot misses for Ghost. The smoke does have a small gap. He's looking to push through, but the second smoke will block him out instead. The run it back coming through for Cruiser. The run it back with the Sheriff, not something we get to see often, but the one taps for Team Villain is just too damn good. It's Cruiser on A, Bullseye on B. They find an advantage. Now it's just a question of whether they can translate it into a win.
Able to, but at the same time, he needs to be a little bit more careful. As we already see that it's gonna be going to try going for his own play, but he's not gonna be able to find it with the no scope coming out from the side of Ghost to take him out. And now it's gonna be 3 versus 3 on the map with the full sun rush coming down into the waiting arms of the side of the defenders, because everyone is gonna be holding down from the side of B. But Bullseye, he has an aggressive position of his own, and he wants to push himself forward onto the back end, but he's gonna be playing it defensively, holding down from the side of bottom mid. And now with the plan going on down, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a post-plan situation coming out for the side of the defenders.
It's a very interesting situation, aggressive, because I can see in terms of ultimates, the showstopper is ready. So if Hika able to push through, it would be absolutely huge. The Batman, he'll clear out that below heaven angle. The showstopper will come out. The party brought by Hika. He'll take down Quake and Cruiser, last man standing. The turret revealing his position. Now Cruiser, he finds it insane one tap. Can he find another? He cannot. It's Batman able to find the kill. Will flex around a little bit before his team be like, bro, just please, just defuse. And he'll do exactly that. Batman with the defuse. It's Enigma 13-2, winning the entire series. And they can see the biceps flex coming out for Enigma. They did the biceps flex after map 1, but this time Enigma, they're ready. They're showing exactly like how happy they are to have been able to pull back that series from 1-0 down to 3-2, to 2-1. Today was the day of reverse sweeps.
That is for sure. And you can see that SMX, he didn't pull out a dumbbell as well. He's like, look at my biceps. I'm going to be working out on stream, ladies and gentlemen. Him showcasing his own muscles. And you can see it on the scorecard as well, that how good all the members of the side of Enigma were playing. They had a very lackluster start when it came to map number 1, but when it came to map number 2 and map number 3, they just played it absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, and one has to wonder, like, what exactly happened to Enigma in map 1? It feels like they were a little slow to the ignition. But hey, as long as it gets going, this is exactly why we have best 3. They pulled it off. Now let's quickly go to the LG Ultra Gear match highlights, talk about what happened in the entire series. Just take a second to appreciate, like, the roller coaster of a series it was. From a dominant Villainous, we saw a dominant Enigma, really proving that as long as your mental is in the right place, you can pull off anything in a best of 3 or a best of 5 series. And Enigma, time and time again, they're slowly proving themselves to be a top tier team. Like, they're going through the test one by one, like pulling off a 2-0 win in their very first series, pulling off a comeback in when the stakes are really high, and pulling off the amount of creativity they do again and again. Hats off to Enigma Gaming.
That is for sure. And now I just have one more parting words for the side of Team Villainous. Really good try coming out from you guys, but at the very end of it all, you have to remember that on the map of Split, you cannot go in for the triple duelist unless you are on your own attacking half at the very beginning stages, because you're losing out on so many rounds onto the side of your own defense that when you move on forward onto your own attacking side, you're already on the back foot. And if you lose out on that pistol, it's all but over for you. But really good try coming out from the side of Team Villainous, but an amazing game coming out from the side of Enigma. So they deserve it, and they're going to be moving on forward in the lower brackets.
Enigma will set the date for their lower bracket finals matchup against XCZ, and that's going to be a story of revenge as XCZ try to take down the team that put them in the lower bracket to begin with. It's going to be a spicy affair, so we'll see you tomorrow with that. In the meantime, if you'd like to play like the pros, grab yourself a 144Hz 1MS gaming monitor or upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Check out the links in the description below for some amazing offers and discounts for yourself to upgrade. Now we're gonna go take a small break. We'll see you tomorrow with the lower bracket finals as well as the upper bracket finals. So to be there on time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, get the notifications bell on, so you can make sure not to miss a single moment of all of this spicy action. See you soon with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX with Booyah as the broadcast partner. Good night.